Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, the second folding phone that was made by Samsung. So lots of cool stuff going on here, and I had my reservations at first about this phone, and I actually made a video before it came out with 3 reasons not to buy it, which you could still go watch. And this is definitely not a sales ad, because this is one expensive phone, $1,380 MSRP. But having used it for over a week now, I do really enjoy it. That doesn't mean you should spend $1,400 on it, but if you are interested in this phone, then here you go. Let's talk about it. So before we get into this, I do want to say, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates on the latest videos. Now, let's talk about the Z Flip. All right, so talking about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. It's a really interesting phone, not because of what's in it, but because of what it does. And this is probably what drew you in to look at it anyway. It opens and closes. It's a foldable phone. It's not a folding phone or a folding display like I had with the LG V60, where it's got the case and it's got 2 screens that just open and close. This screen actually bends. It folds in half. I mean, look, you can see the crease right there in the middle of the screen. So, ta-da! Very cool. So, essentially, what you have here under the hood is about the same as the Samsung Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus, except they did get a little fancier with it. It has the Snapdragon 855 Plus. It's not a 5G phone, but 4G LTE works perfectly fine. I don't really think that 5G is all that necessary at this point. So, Snapdragon 855 Plus, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, 6.7-inch AMOLED folding display, 1080p. It's not Quad HD Plus, no 90 hertz, no 120 hertz, just the standard 60 hertz refresh rate. Dual 12 megapixel cameras on the back. Primary is a normal shooter, and then you've got the wide angle. There's no telephoto lens on here, 10 megapixel front facing selfie camera. No IP certification, but it does have wireless charging, which works surprisingly well. You just fold it up and then boop, right down on the charger. So everything about it is nice. It feels premium. The only issues that I have with it are that this little whole Samsung hinge on the back here, these letters actually have these little the letters go into the slots, and the S popped out of this one. It was like that when I got it. I got it from somebody else who had been using it. So that could happen with yours. And the outside of the phone seems like it's a little bit more prone to picking up like those light scratches and surface abrasions. It's not so prone to getting like deep scratches, but just those little ones you can see on the surface when you kind of angle it around in the light. Now, the second screen is not really so much of a second screen at all. You can see here, it just kind of shows the time, or you get some little notifications, or somebody texts you, or you get a phone call. You can see the number or the name of who's calling or who sent you a message. You have a fingerprint sensor over here on the side, which actually works really well. I was really surprised. It's quick, it's responsive, it's very accurate. You do have facial recognition, which I pretty much never use, even though it's enabled. It's kind of on the slow and clunky side, because you know that Samsung doesn't use real face recognition. It just scans like an image. It's just like scanning an image. So no headphone jack, USB-C on the bottom, speakers on the bottom work out fine. The handset speaker does not function as a normal speaker, so you don't get stereo sound. No expandable storage, no dual SIMs, none of that crazy stuff. It's just basically a S10 Plus that folds in half. Now, the hinge works pretty darn well though. And one thing that's nice about the Z Flip is it holds different positions. And that can be very nice whenever you're using stuff like YouTube. You can see the video up top and like the comments, or being able to see the live feed and type on the bottom. So it's kind of like having 2 different screens, which is cool. But you can also set it up if you want to do FaceTime, you want to do a Zoom meeting, you can just set it down wherever you want. and it'll face towards you like this. It's kind of like its own built-in platform. So you don't have to worry about finding a stand to put it on or any of that crazy stuff. Or if you just want to put it on the nightstand next to your bed when you go to sleep at night and watch TV or watch a video, and that's great because the speaker's right here and it faces toward you. So that's cool. A little bit of a contrast between the Galaxy Fold. You can see here the hinge is a little bit different. Like whenever it's not opened all the way, you can see that there's a lot of mobility there. It's kind of spring-loaded, so you have to open it up all the way and it locks into place, or close it. Now, another thing is you can see this big prominent crease right here in the middle of the screen on the Fold. It's kind of annoying, and you happen to run your fingers across it all the time while you're using it. You never really get over it. It's always something that's kind of there. On the Z Flip, I haven't really run into that issue because you're never really touching right there in the middle of the screen. Also, it's not right down the middle of the display staring you in the face all the time. So I do think that's an improvement. And it's not quite, yeah, I guess it is about as subtle. It's basically the same level of visibility there, and that's just something you get with this whole folding screen technology. It's not like the LG V60 where it's two screens that open and close on themselves. It's one screen and it bends in half. And I think that's pretty cool. Is it $1,380 cool? I don't really think so. And I made a video before this phone came out called 3 Reasons Not to Get the Z Flip. One of them being that it's really high price for what it is. You can get a Samsung Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus renewed, pretty inexpensive. You can pick them up on resale, Swappa, eBay, all sorts of trade-in deals. Way cheaper than this. This just happens to fold. So I don't think that this phone is worth $400, $500, $600, $700 more just because it does that. Now, it is really nice though, because when somebody calls you, all you have to do is go like this, open it up, and you can start talking. It answers the phone. And then the hinge does break in over time, so I can do this with one finger and close it. Really nice, because when you're talking on the phone, you're like, okay, talk to you later, bye. And then you close it, it hangs up. So that is something that a lot of people nowadays, or even the younger generation, never got to experience with a regular flip phone like we did, when I was growing up. My very first cell phone was a folding phone, and that's what you did all the time. Except it didn't always answer when it opened and closed, because technology was not quite as far along back then with some of the earlier ones. But overall, I've really been enjoying using it. It's refreshing because it's a new design. Instead of just having this slab, like that's open all the time. I mean, all the phones are all pretty much the same nowadays. You have this nice, neat form factor. It fits in the pocket easy. I will say I've been riding a bicycle lately for exercise, and I always have my phone in my front pocket, and I worry about them falling out because it's set so close to the opening of my pocket when because the phone's larger. Having this one that's half the size, it sits further down in my pocket. I don't worry about it falling out. So if you ride a bike, this is kind of nice. But like I said, it's first generation technology. I'm sure this is going to get better and better and better. And of course, yes, they're going to charge you more money for this because a lot of money goes into making these folding screens. So is it worth the price tag? No, it really isn't. You can get so many other phones so much cheaper, and there's so many more options than just something that opens and closes like this. But is it a nice novelty? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. Is it a nice change of pace from the normal phone world? Yes. And I've really been enjoying using it. Now, if you want to pick one up used or on resale, I think they're going about $800, $900. I've seen them. The prices are starting to come down on like Swappa. Of course, the new Z Flip is supposed to be coming out soon, and I believe it's going to have 5G as well. So I would expect that once the new ones come out, the prices on these will drop down even more, which makes them more affordable. And then people who didn't want to buy one on day one can go ahead and pick one up at a lower price. So it might be getting more towards the time I would recommend something like this. It's going to be good for a while. It's got One UI 2.1. It works perfectly fine, and like I said, it's just like using an S10 Plus that folds. So yeah, that's about all that I have. I just wanted to make this impressions video, and I still stand by my original video that I made with the 3 reasons not to buy it, because it's expensive. Yeah, you're not even getting a Quad HD Plus resolution, which of course would kill the battery faster. It only has a 3300 milliamp battery, but it does last me all day long, so I've been happy with that. And yeah, first generation technology. I worry about how well it's going to hold up long term, and then the price, it just puts it really outside the realm of reality for what somebody likely would want to spend on a phone, when you can get things with the Snapdragon 855 or 855 Plus for like half the price of this. So if you want to buy one, I think you're going to enjoy it. I have enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to, and it feels nice, it feels snappy, it feels responsive, and with this Samsung leather case on here, I totally love it. It just feels nice and premium and well built, and it's cool. So that's really all I have in this video. I just wanted to showcase it, talk about it some, give some impressions on it, and let you know if this is something that you're interested in. I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you pick it up. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and it works great. So that's all I've got on the impressions video on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, like I said in the beginning, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates on the latest videos. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you guys next time.